Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of the Ryan Cast. I might have a name for it this time. I might call it Ryan's World, because this week I saw the 25th anniversary of Wayne's World, and that movie's fucking great. It holds up. But watching Wayne's World, I was thinking a lot about how Wayne's World was almost like a format for modern internet videos. Like, Wayne's World reminds me a lot of all the YouTube channels and stuff they have today. Just a couple of dumb guys like myself bullshitting and being stupid, and people like to watch it. It's fun. And if fucking Joe Rogan can co-opt the Jimi Hendrix the Jimi Hendrix experience for the Joe Rogan experience, I can fucking take Ryan's World. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. What if I start having people on here? That'd be weird. If all these people were participating in a podcast with only my name in it. That's why this name is subject to change. How are you all doing this week? I'm doing good. I'm still fat, if you didn't notice. But I've been working on it. The weekly weigh-in is 354, which is 2 pounds down last week, although I suspect it is more because, one, I've started really hitting the gym hard. I mean, I said I was working out before, and I was, but it was just kind of like once, twice a week, lazy workout. But this time, I've been back to my 6 days a week, full-on lifting schedule with some cardio thrown in. And that, going from a state of almost sitting on my ass doing nothing, damn near 24/7, to doing that will cause the body to hold on to water weight. Plus, I started taking creatine again, just because I had it from the last time I was spending all of my time in the gym. And I've been taking yohimbine, which is interesting, but both creatine and yohimbine cause a influx of water weight. So, who knows how much I really lost. It'll keep going down, though. I've been good. I've been eating well. Still fasting a lot, which this week I did a 48-hour fast, which, honestly, that's not even hard for me. I have, like, a weird relationship with food where I cannot eat anything for 2 or 3 days and not even get fucking hungry. But the second I eat anything, well, not anything, doing ketosis keeps this under control, and that's why I do that. But let's say I'm eating a standard diet, and I'm hungry, it's lunchtime, I'm not even super hungry, and I have like a slice of pizza. That'll just kick in like full-on fucking ravenous werewolf hunger, and then I could probably eat like 10 or 12,000 calories, no fucking joke. So, fasting helps, ketosis helps. I'm doing good. I haven't had cravings for anything. I'm not giving myself cheat meals, because fuck that. Part of the reason I follow like something as rigorous as ketosis is because part of the reason is less like because I know it's super effective, which it is for me. It controls all of my cravings and keeps me sane and not just thinking about food 24/7. But I like the discipline that it requires, because like this whole thing, fitness is usually a superficial thing, obviously, but doing it or trying to accomplish your goals in methods that require extreme amounts of discipline can also help you grow as a person, because that discipline that you earn and attain carries over to your other aspects of life. So I've been doing no cheat meals. The only cheat meal, or the only form of cheat that I give myself, is one weekly beer, which I'm going to drink with you guys. I have a Deschutes fresh squeezed IPA on hand. That was a good pop. Damn. That was amazing. Oh, I just drank that in microphone. I fucking love beer. If I could, I would not eat food and just drink beer all the fucking time. But that is really good. You should try that. Deschutes fresh squeezed IPA. I am in no way sponsored or affiliated with them. I wish I was. If I can get paid to just bullshit into this microphone to you assholes, I would be a happy man. Wouldn't have to go to my shit day job. But anyway, I am feeling better than usual this week. I've got something that I've never... It's a weird concept that I've never really told anyone about, but I like to call it the fire, because I'm a poetic, cheesy old cornball. That's a Greasy Strangler reference. You guys should watch The Greasy Strangler. But to me, the fire is when you're full of energy and motivation, and you want to do things, and you feel good when you do them and accomplish them. Fuck, maybe that's what being normal is, because I'm not usually like that. This beer already making me burp. Because, I don't know, I'm usually a lazy fuck who would be content just sitting there playing a video game or reading a book like 4 days in a row. In the past, I have gone months without talking to another human because I don't really care that much. I mean, I would like to, although part of me thinks I'm spoiled by listening. I listen to a lot of podcasts. How many times? I'm probably going to tell you guys that at least once per episode. But whenever you listen to a good podcast like the Joe Rogan Experience or the last podcast on the left, all the time, you're kind of exposed to like a higher level of conversation that you don't usually get in your day-to-day life, because they talk about stuff in depth. They talk about things that they care about. And due to the forced nature of those conversations, they kind of get more into it, and they're a little bit more honest with each other. Because you kind of have to be if you're being forced to talk to another person for an extended period of time. So who knows, maybe I should get another human on this podcast. I mean, it could be fun. It could be entertaining. That would require me talking to them face to face in an honest, completely honest method, which is, I don't know. For some reason, it doesn't bother me when I'm doing it right now, because it's just me alone in a room, drinking a beer, talking into a microphone, all by myself. But you throw another person in there, and then my anxiety kicks in, which is fun sometimes. I don't know. I'd probably have to have a couple drinks. That's something that's always bothered me, too. I'm one of those guys that a lot of people, when they talk about me, it's more of like, oh my gosh, is he drunk? Drunk Ryan is so fun, because that's when I'm sociable. That's when my anxiety isn't preventing me from being quick-witted and participating in conversations in a fun way. Because honestly, when I'm just doing my day-to-day shit, I'm like a robot zombie, quiet, few words, not saying anything. And it's hard for me to get out of that sometimes. Some days are better than others. But that's why I'm doing this, so I can learn to talk to things, whether it's myself in a room or you guys. You guys being like the one person who has listened to this. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track of viewer counts. I've been posting this on YouTube as well, so if you're on my Twitter or my YouTube, you'll see it. I'm not posting on Facebook or Instagram, because most of those guys are just fucking people I know. I mean, I like them all, but they're not important to me like you guys are. You know what I mean? I don't want them to know about my shit, which is dumb because I'm recording a podcast and then putting it on the public internet to where anyone can find it. But who's going to fucking internet stalk me and find this shit? I'm not important. Nobody gives a fuck what I say. Except for you, because you're on here listening. So yeah, Twitter, YouTube. I sound like one of those fucking YouTube assholes. Nothing pisses me off more than when I'm watching a YouTube video or like trying to learn something. Hey man, how do I fix this thing in my washing machine? And then it's 30 seconds of fucking intro, followed by this asshole giving poor instructions and then saying, oh, if you like this, like and subscribe. Fuck you. I will like and subscribe if I want to. I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of statistics backing up their decision to do that. Like, maybe people are more likely to like and subscribe if they are told to, but it's fucking obnoxious. Especially if you're binge-watching a YouTuber or something, and then you hear that like 50 times in an hour. Annoying. So I'll stop doing that, because I don't like to be hypocritical. That's not something I shoot for. I mean, I'm probably the biggest hypocrite in the world when it comes to some things, but I'm not goddamn proud of it, okay? So, it's been a fun week, lots of lifting, some cardio, fuck stairs. That yohimbine thing I've been taking is a fat-burning appetite suppressant, which is interesting. It kind of feels like drinking a fuckload of coffee, which that's what keto feels like to me if you're interested in doing something not for the weight loss related benefits, but for, in general, there are cognitive benefits and a few other things. Amongst them is energy, but maybe that's just me. I mean, I've seen it on the keto subreddit. A lot of people report higher energy levels doing that, which is the fire. I think I completely deviated away from that. But yeah, the fire makes me want to get shit done. I'll go back to that in a minute. But I completely lost my train of thought. Yohimbine, that's what I was talking about. Okay, this podcast is raw. I'm not going to edit out all of this stammering and confusion. This is what you get. So yeah, the yohimbine, fat-burning appetite suppressant, which the appetite suppressant isn't necessary, but the other benefits, look it up on Examine. I'm not a fucking scientist. You can do your own research. But anyway, it's been known to amplify anxiety and give you rock-hard boners, which is true. I have experienced both of those things. And it's kind of fun. Not the rock-hard boners. I mean, of course those are fun, but the anxiety part. I like to explore my mind using things, and I read a book written by Dan Reichert called Anxiety as an Ally, and in that book, he's a lot like me, except he had a fuckload of panic attacks. I think I've only had one of those, and that was really recently, honestly. But the way he overcome them, and he's not overcome, what am I? Jesus. The way he overcame them was confronting them. Every time he did something nervous, or did something that made him nervous, or was offered to do something that would make him nervous, he accepted and did it and tackled it head on until it wasn't a problem. And according to him, it's still a minor problem, but it's gotten so much better since he decided to do that. And that inspired me, and that's what I want to do, which is, I spent a few years of my life doing that. It's worked okay. It was more of me just getting out there, I guess. I'm not a social guy. I don't like to talk to people, but back when I had the fire again, I had all this energy and I wanted to change my life and try to be happy. So I was saying yes to just about anything, regardless of whatever it was. And that ended up with me bored out of my fucking skull in a bunch of social events. I also spent way too much time at the gym. Well, it wasn't too much time. It was productive time at the gym. But I worked there and lifted there and ended up spending like 8 hours a day there several times, which kind of killed my desire to lift because, like I said, I'm not a social guy. And talking to people is fucking exhausting to me. I need like at least one day a week where I do absolutely nothing. Just hang out by myself, no talking to anyone. It's probably why I'm a night owl. I stay up late, and once everyone's gone to bed, I can just hang out in the darkness and enjoy the quiet. Enjoy the lack of expectations. Nobody wants you to do anything. You're just there, and it's peaceful. But after working at the gym for 8 hours, people want to talk to you. And after I left that job, I would still go to the gym, and people would talk to me during my workouts. I would be sitting there trying to listen to fucking dying fetus and get my sets in so I can go home in an hour, and people would walk up and just bullshit and talk about fucking nothing for 20 minutes, and it really killed all of my enjoyment and enthusiasm for working out. I'm not going to place the blame solely on that too, or the blame of me stopping working out and getting fucking fat again. The other reason was I'm kind of competitive, just a little bit. And I was lifting and losing weight, which is good, but your strength isn't going to go up if you are cutting and dropping weights and eating at a caloric deficit. So I started implementing carbs into my diet to give me a little bit of an edge. And that kicked my rabid Wolverine hunger into overdrive and caused me to eat too much. So my lifts would go up a little bit. I would stay fat. And I would just keep doing that. And that was okay. I was sitting around 250. And I looked alright. Better than I've ever looked in my life. Certainly better than I look now. But it wasn't enough. I wanted to get stronger. So I started eating, and I think I started eating sweet potatoes then. And like I'm going to keep it to the fucking healthier carbs, the sweet potatoes, the rice, shit like that. Stay away from the pizza and cakes. And that was okay. But it made me hungry. It always makes me hungry every time I eat carbs. So sweet potatoes grew into eating normally. And yeah, I grew stronger again. And I grew fatter again. And then that's when I stopped lifting. Because I hurt my back in December deadlifting like a moron. My competitive nature was not yet humbled and beaten by the weights. I tried to lift more than I could, and I paid the price for it. And I kept eating bad, and I just put it off and put it off and put it off. Yeah, I'll go to the gym next Tuesday. Yeah, next Thursday. I'll start eating right next Thursday for a whole fucking year, and here I am. Gained a ton of weight back. But I'm good. All of that darkness and thick fog is gone, and now I'm lifting. I'm happier than I've been in a while, which I should have known. I mean, when I was lifting, I would get cranky if I skipped workouts, and I've been kind of a depressed wreck for the half year-ish or so, on and off. Ups and downs, strikes and gutters. Love the Big Lebowski. But I'm good. The old me was back, and then I replaced it with the new me, and then the old me came back again, and now I'm the new me. So yeah, the fire has been real this time. I've been recording this podcast, which is something I've wanted to do for fucking years. I always had a plan to do it with my buddy Jack, where we talk about movies and shit, but I bought equipment. I have a bunch of stuff around here that I'm using, obviously. My mic's pretty decent. I have a multi-mic switchboard. Actually, I have like 3 of those things that I've never used, just sitting in drawers. But I've been doing this, editing videos. I even photoshopped a few things the other day. Like the shit that I'm into, the shit that I enjoy, is back in my life. So hopefully I can figure out how to do that for profit. I should also do something else to get more followers. Maybe make this podcast or other shit that I do online profitable. Which is a terrible thing to say. I'm not doing this for profit. I'm doing this for self-improvement. But it would be nice if it was for profit, I wouldn't change anything up, or at least I'd like to say that I'm not changing things up. I have some integrity, some fucking self-respect. I'll do as I please and not bend over to the sponsors. Being broke is nothing new to me. I say to the one listener, I'm already talking about sponsorship. See, I'm shooting for the fucking stars with everything I do. I've been playing a lot of guitar, which my skills are coming back a little bit. I'm nowhere near as good as I used to be, because I didn't touch the thing for fucking ever. I was going to attach a song to the end of this, but recording this got delayed a few days. I mean, it's 4:30 in the morning on Saturday right now, and I'm sitting here talking into a mic, drinking a beer. This was supposed to come up Wednesday. But who knows? I'll get something out there for you. I don't know if shit will get taken down due to copyright reasons for covering. I studied fair use. I don't think it will. Especially if I play it myself and sing it myself, which I don't think I have a good voice, but other people seem to enjoy it when I'm singing. I haven't even honestly listened to any of these podcasts I've recorded, because usually I hate excuse me, I hate the sound of my own voice, unless I'm drunk and doing karaoke, and then that's fucking fun as shit, and I'll sing whatever the fuck you want me to. Which brings me to that cough a second ago. I haven't smoked a cigarette in 5 days. So yeah, I'm getting my shit together again. Hopefully it's permanent this time, because I would really rather not die before I'm 40. I want to get reasonably in shape and attractive At least enough to where people address me as a human being again, because I have gotten to that fat ogre weight once more, where people are just like, I don't want to talk to this guy. I've gotten to the point where I almost resemble a stereotype that people look at and just assume that I'm dumb, lazy, and irresponsible, which all three of those are honestly great words to describe me, but I'm ambitious, despite not acting upon it. I hold myself to a higher standard unless it comes to staying up all night, eating pizza, and drinking 12 beers and half a bottle of whiskey in a setting, which wouldn't even make me drunk at my fattest. That's the sad part. I was just drinking because I liked beer. Which, oh my god, this beer is delicious. I wish I could have more of these, but it'll have to wait until next weekend. The weekend is when I allow myself a beer. I'm just drinking early this time. Super early. 4:30 a.m. on a Saturday. Early. So yeah. Tonight, I watched 18 horror shorts with my friend Jeff, which was fun. It was okay. I'm really into horror stuff, and a lot of the shit that's coming out these days is not cutting it at all. It's some spooky hallways, followed by some cabineting. Even video games are doing it, which I played the Resident Evil 7 demo, speaking of horror. That was pretty good. I had some problems with it. I mean, I like all the cryptic stuff they put in there to where you're chasing giggles. Like, if you look at certain items, you'll hear creepy ghost girls giggling. And then if you do that in certain order, you get cool shit. And this is the demo. I haven't played the real game yet because I'm broke as fuck and I don't care enough to splurge on Resident Evil. I don't buy full-price video games very often. But my biggest problem with the demo was that you would die in some place. And then the game wasn't scary anymore because you knew exactly where you were going to die at. You knew where the danger was. And you couldn't defend yourself, so it was just annoying. Hopefully the full game fixed that. At me with